Hey, you guys, welcome back to My Messy Life. I'm Heather P. How was your 4th of July, my friends? Happy 4th of July, late 4th of July. I was going to get on here, but things got a little crazy. My 4th of July was good. I wasn't going to throw a party or anything, but I did run into a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time, which was great. Um, I met some new people, which was amazing. And they were really, really good people, which was great. And just, it was a really great day. But I want to know, how are my friends and how are you guys? How was your 4th of July? 250 years. It's freaking nuts, right? I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. I mean, that's a long time. Anyway, so I have some messy 4th of July stories, but they're nothing like recent. So let's just get into it. One of my 4th of July stories was back in the day before Google, you guys, because I'm old. Don't forget, I'm old. Um, we had a party. We used to do a lot of barbecues, or I'd go to a lot of barbecues. I mean, squirrel really quick. Does anyone remember Sugar House? Back in the day, Sugar House was amazing for the 4th of July, okay? Just amazing. We're going to squirrel off for a bit. We'll come back to the messy story, but just real quick. Sugar House Park here in Salt Lake City, Utah, back in the day, was freaking amazing for the 4th of July. Now, this was going to be my Utah thing, so I'm just going to do it now. We have Pioneer Day on the 24th of July here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Big, big day. So if anyone has ever wanted to come visit Utah and was like, I really want to get culture, that would be a good time to do it, would be the 24th of July. This is the day that we celebrate that the pioneers came here and they founded Salt Lake. So there's reenactments of it. They get all dressed up. They get their carts. They come on down through Immigration Canyon. You guys can see that. There's the cattle. They rush the cattle through, which is fun. People like to go see that. We have the Days of 47 Rodeo Parade. Yeehaw. So come see that. That's really awesome. That's huge. And then we also have the parade, and everybody sleeps outside. I mean, yeah, it's what you do. You go sleep outside on the sidewalk. You reserve your spot. You're only allowed to reserve your spot 24 hours before, but people will do it a few days before. And yeah, you watch the parade in the morning, and then Liberty Park is where you go and have your fun, right? And they'll shut down 7th. And instead of doing fireworks now, they do drones, which are cool, still fun. It's not as nostalgic for me because I'm old school. I do like the fireworks. I know the air is horrible. It's bad for the environment. Yes, I know. Doesn't mean I can't say I don't like it because I like the kabooms and I like the fireworks. Okay. My opinion, people. The drones are cool too, but it's just not the same. Anyway, if you want to come to Salt Lake, 24th of July would be a great time to do it, to get a lot of, culture and just fun. Just fun. But back in the day, Sugar House for the 4th of July was where it was at. That was the biggest and best party of the year. But the problem is one person organized it, or it was a group of people, I don't know. And they would get all the companies around to sponsor, and help and whatnot. Well, as Sugar House, sorry, you guys, I grew up there, so I call it Sugar Hood. As Sugar House grew, a lot of people left. It got more expensive for them, or they found a different place, whatever. And it has changed a lot. There used to be it used to be really cute and quaint. It's still cute, but it's huge. It's like a big little city. Anyway, they want to put, if you've heard in some of my last episodes, they want to put another hotel there. There's tons of apartments. I don't know how people can even afford them. It's mind-boggling to me. Anyway, there used to be Java Jive there. That was great. There used to be Blue Boutique. It's just now all changed. And it's great now for the kids. I mean, if I was in my 20s now, that is where I'd want to be. That is like the heartbeat of the city. For me, I would want to be there if I was in my 20s. So I do see the appeal, and I saw the appeal when I was a kid. The place is cool. So they used to shut down the whole park. I mean, you couldn't even park. You'd have to walk blocks and blocks to get there. Just to leave the park would take 2-3 hours, but that was part of the fun of it. I don't know. It was amazing. They'd have concerts, I mean snow cones, the whole entire park was packed. And then at the very end they'd have the biggest fireworks show. And then Murray Park would have something, but it was Sugar House. That's where you went. And as we got older and, Sugar House changed and got more expensive, people were leaving, they stopped doing it. Well, now there's tons of things. I think somebody over there in Sugarhood needs to start rallying and get that 4th of July back, because you guys, that was amazing. So much of my childhood of Salt Lake City is either torn down or forbidden. Like, I remember we used to go up to East Canyon. If you know East Canyon, it's up Immigration. It's really, really fast to get up there. It's like, 30 minutes, 45 minutes to get to the lake. It's a really great drive. It's beautiful. And this is before they did all the new campgrounds. But you could just go up there and take a whole bunch of your friends and just stay the night. Get a tent, go tent it, and go have fun. Now there's, it's not the same. There's just so many people, and now lots more camp. It's just, everything's changed. You used to be able just to go four-wheeling wherever you wanted. Now you can't do that. No. But anyway, so yeah, that was my Utah thing. We're doing things backwards today, guys. So let's get on to a messy story. Thank you for everyone who has been sending me messy stories. Some of your stories are very messy, and we're going to get to reading them. I do appreciate you guys sending me your messy stories, and please keep sending them. Email them, please, to me at mymessylife5150, at gmail.com. And then you can also DM me. You guys all know how to use this. YouTube, you can find me there. Anywhere. Spotify, iHeart, anywhere you can pretty much have an RSS. You can hear me. So let me know your messy stories. We can start reading them. Some of them are a little too graphic and talk about some really not okay things. So I will not be reading those. I do appreciate everyone sharing, but some of them are a little too out there, and I don't know if they're even true. And to spread that type of gossip might not be okay. So I would have to check those first before I go that far. Those are like Dateline 2020 ones. So we'll see about that. Okay. So let's get on to some messy stories. Messy story time. All right. My messy story time for the 4th of July. So back in the day, used to go to a lot of barbecues or have barbecues, yada, yada. And there was always fireworks. And in Utah, we now are allowed fireworks, aerial fireworks that go up in the air and go kaboom and come down, right? This year, it was banned because we have so many fires, which I'm totally fine with because it's hard to breathe. It was apocalyptic. I can't even say that. For a really long time. No, I'm okay with this. Our firefighters are working overtime. People have lost their lives, all of their things. Like, no, thank you. I'm okay. This is actually the first time in 10 years that none of my neighbors did fireworks, which was nice because every time they do, it always lands in my backyard and like burns my patio furniture. So it was nice. But back in the day when you couldn't do aerial fireworks, we used to drive up to Wyoming. And right on the border of Utah and Wyoming is a fireworks shop. Huge warehouse full of many aerial, wonderful fireworks for us Utahns. Thank you, Wyoming. And now they even did, if you've heard in some of my other episodes, they even now have a casino there. But we're not allowed to say casino here on the commercials. No. I don't know if I said that in one of my episodes. I think I did. But yeah, the commercials, they imply that there's slot machines with the noises and with how they say it. But no. We do not say casino. Shh. Iron Curtain. Oh, sorry. Zion Curtain. I always say Iron Curtain because I just think, But Zion Curtain. So not Zion, Zion. Okay, you guys remember Zion? Zion National Park. Not Zion, okay? Utah in here. Zion. Okay. So, where was I? So back in the day, one time in band camp, yes, you know what okay, anyway. So one time I was standing watching fireworks with a whole group of people. It was great, wonderful. And one of these aerial big, they look like baseballs. You drop it in tube, came flying at my face. And I can see it coming at me. It's like slow motion in your head, but not. Okay. Anyway, so it's coming at my face, and this person stood like right in front of me, like just kind of moved me and put their shoulder right in front of where it would have hit my face because the person was taller than me. Hit the dude's arm, right dead set in his arm, in his shoulder. Made the biggest like softball impression. It was just this big, huge burn. I mean, it looked like it sat on him for a minute and just sizzled. And it was huge. It took over a month to heal. It was bad. I was like, should you go to the hospital? Like, this is really bad. No, I'm okay. I'll rub some dirt on it, But thank God for that person, because if that person didn't do that, this is before my bone infection, you guys. I mean, that would have been straight in my face. I didn't have time to move. It all happened so fast, but like I'm witnessing it coming at my face. Have you guys ever had that happen? Pardon me. But it was nuts. I am so thankful that he was there because, whoa. There was another time, same type of people, actually same people, same group of people, just a different year. We were all having fun. They had Roman candles this time. That was super fun. Not something we get here in Utah lots, at least back in the day. I don't know about now. I don't know. But they lit it and it didn't, go psh or do anything. So they just brought it back over and sat it back down. But I don't know why we didn't have a bucket of water, you guys. But we didn't. I don't know. At my house, when I had parties, there was always a hose and a bucket of water. That's just how I rolled. But if I was at someone else's party, I'd say, hey, where's your bucket of water? Where's your hose? But some people didn't have that. So the Roman candle, however, just took a minute, and then it started to go off. And it's like 2 feet away from everybody, and just choop, choop, choop at everybody. And everybody's diving. Thank God it didn't hit anyone. It didn't hurt anyone. I think it might have gotten some cars, but yeah, nothing major. I know, you guys, fireworks are dangerous. This is why people lose fingers, and half the time they're all drunk. I know we were when we were lighting fireworks. We probably shouldn't have been. But one last story about my 4th of July, and then we'll get on to some other stories for you. I was up at this townhouse I lived at with Daisy and Milo. And my husband was there, but we were just friends. We weren't even dating at the time. We just ran in the same circle. Welcome to Utah, people. It is Small Lake City. And if you say it isn't and you're from here, give it time. Just give it time. Anywho, we were all hanging out, same group of people. Well, a mix of some different. And we were doing fireworks. And right across the street from me was a Mormon church. I mean, they're everywhere, you guys. They're everywhere. If you didn't see one in like 3-4 blocks, that's kind of weird. So right across the street was a Mormon church, and it had all these bushes. Lots and lots of, like, I call them spider bushes. I don't know what they're called, but they're just like the big, they look like trees, like fern. What are they? Like pine trees, but they're bushes and spider webs all over them. They're everywhere in Utah. So they had the spider bushes, and the fireworks fell over. Now, how many times do fireworks just fall over? They do. Those little tiny plastic stands, don't hold them. I mean, give me a break. You think, we're in 2026 now, you guys. You'd think they'd come up with something a little bit better for fireworks and safety with standing them upright. But what do I know? I'm just a simpleton. I don't know. Anyway, so it fell over, and I'm sure you can all know what happened. Okay, fell over, went straight into the spider bush, and I think I went inside and I came back out, and the bush was on fire. I was like, oh, shit. I had a hose, people, because safety first. I was a firefighter, safety first. So I hosed it. We were good. No firefighters needed. You couldn't even tell, barely. Hardly at all. It was fine. It's fine. Fine. All right, but I did, you guys. I have fires follow me. They do, and I don't want a fire. I know. I'm not like, ooh, fire, no pyro here. Okay, no. But I'm going to give you one more messy story about fires, hence the 4th of July. Okay. Excuse me. So, I was on my way to Wendover. Bend over is what I like to call it because it bends you over. It's tighter than hell. Okay? So tight. Put a coal up it, comes out a diamond. It's tight. Good luck to everybody. Anyway, I was on my way to Wendover with my husband and my daughter at the time, who was like 2. And if you know my husband, you know that he is a collector of everything. And he loves to collect classic cars. And he is also like, he can do everything. He's one of those people. Like anything, he's just like, oh, I'll watch a YouTube video and now I can do it. He is one of those people. I love it, but I hate it at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, how? I don't get it. Like, and it just clicks for him. Like, he just gets it. I mean, I've said it in my last episode. These people come from genius levels. But for me, who is not a genius and comes from ADD, and that is a freaking thing, you guys. And I'll tell you stories about getting placement tests and being, whole other episode, you guys. But anyway, he's one of those guys, right? So he likes to get classic cars. He fixes them up. He even paints them himself. These things look amazing. I mean, you would never know that this guy had no training except for his own like training over years and years. He does everything from the frame up. Whole nother episode, you guys, but it's pretty amazing. Anyway, so we were going to go get a car for him to go fix up, right? And we had a trailer, and we were in our little, I can't remember what I was driving at the time. I think it was a Blazer. Might have been a 4Runner. And we were on our way to Wendover to do it. And I was driving. We got a flat tire. The trailer. And those trailers, too, they're little tiny donuts. Summertime, it's like 100 degrees out. It's freaking hotter than Hades. So I get the flat tire in the trailer, and I'm like, this is bad. So I'm pulling over to the side of the road. And we're right there on the side of the road. And I can't, get over too much more because it's all... If you've ever been to Salt Lake or Utah to Wendover, it's just desert. So I was trying to pull over, and semis are just whew, and your whole car is going like this. And they tell you to stay with your car. Well, I have a 2-year-old, and I'm worried that a semi is going to bash us. And how long is it going to take? We don't have a spare. And so we have to call one of his friends to come out and give us a spare. I don't want to sit on this side of the road for 2 hours. I can actually see the exit. It's just right there. Now, we could all get out and walk to the exit, but that's also really dangerous too. So I'm thinking I can totally make it to the exit, right? Like, I can totally make it to the exit. Let's do it. I'm not going to sit here with my 2-year-old. This is dangerous. You hear about it all the time. And it's going to take at least an hour and a half to 2 hours for someone to bring us a donut. So let's get somewhere safe where we can sit, and be okay. So I start driving, and I'm making it, and we're doing just fine. And I get off, and I'm heading up the exit ramp, and I look in my rearview mirror, and I see smoke. And I look at my husband, and I look back in the rearview mirror again, and I go, I think we did that. And he goes, no way, no freaking way. And I go, no, I really think we just did that. So we get out to look, and lo and behold, the tire is gone. So, of course, going to the exit made the tire come off, and all the sparks from the metal on the pavement up on the desert and burned over about 10 acres. I called 911. I am one of those, you guys. Yes, I take accountability. I do. You learn from your mistakes. You learn from your mess. That's the point. And if you don't, you're going to keep learning the same freaking mess over and over and over. And you're not going to like move on to a new mess. It's time for a new mess. You know what I'm saying? Learn, move on. So I called 911. I was like, had a flat tire, thought I could make it to the exit. I got my 2-year-old. I didn't want to sit, blah, blah, blah. I think I started a fire. My bad. Cops came, fire people came, took all of our reports. Now this was over 15 years ago. Over 16 years ago. It was a long time ago, you guys. Maybe she was 1. Yeah, it was about 16 years ago. Almost 17 years ago. And so firefighters fought the fire for us, which I'm really appreciative. And I learned something. I learned that you are responsible for that fire, even though it is an act of God, because I didn't think that this is going to cause a fire. Okay, yes, it's summer. I didn't think metal on pavement. I just thought safety. Yeah, well, maybe I should have stayed. I don't know. What would have you guys done? I did end up getting a bill from the Bureau of Land Management, the BML. And I had to pay for it. They did work with me, though, because they gave me a serious bill. Like thousands and thousands of dollars. And it was right on the cutoff time of when, like, the statute of limitations. Little messy, right? But because a lawyer died, and then a lawyer got in trouble for something else. So then he couldn't work there anymore. And then this new lawyer came on, and then they noticed it was like a month away from the statute of limitations. So they're going to hurry and just throw this huge bill at me. And I was like, whoa. Plus, I am getting diagnosed with cirrhosis at this time, stage 4. I've had 2 liver biopsies, okay? 2. Don't ever do a liver biopsy. There's other tests to do. A liver doctor who has saved my life before the bone infection. Yes, I have cirrhosis. We've already discussed it. She saved me. I am so thankful for her. I could name 2 other doctors that almost killed me. I could name a lot, actually, but just for the cirrhosis, okay? We're not going to do that because we are not bashers. But if you ever see me, you know who you are. And I hope that you have changed your outlook on people, because the way you treated me was not nice. You put me in a box. You typecast me. And you were like, another person gone. I mean, who cares? Not okay. Anyway, so yes, I was getting diagnosed with cirrhosis around this time. So it was a lot. Okay, so I call and I'm like, I just got diagnosed with cirrhosis. I'm trying to pay these bills, medical bills. You hit me with, I think it was like $7,000. I was like, who has that? I don't have that. Anyway, we worked it down because, I mean, you guys, they had 4 years and now they're coming to me right before the cutoff because that's not my fault. Anyway, they worked with me. They were amazing. Thank you for working with me. And we got it down tremendously. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but it was a lot. And I agree that was my bad. And I have to take responsibility. I do. And I do. So people, let this be a PSA for you. Know that if you do travel with a flat tire and there are sparks, I didn't see any sparks. I really didn't see any sparks, but there could be sparks that you're not seeing, and that could cause a fire. And plus, it's really dangerous from what I heard after the fact. My husband was like, don't do it. You shouldn't do it. But if you know me, you know that I'm like, no one's going to tell me what to do. I have come a long way where I'm not like that anymore, where I'm not so defiant. I do, I'm also a Leo. That doesn't help. My ADHD doesn't help. And my childhood, it's all bundled in one. But I acknowledged my fire, took responsibility, and it's grown back beautifully. Beautifully. Yes. One day, if I ever go to Wendover, which I usually don't because you guys, it's so tight. They have penny machines my BFF plays on, and she actually wins like pretty good, like few thousand. For a penny machine, I think that's great. I'm not into the penny machines. I'm not into the new machines. Again, I'm old. And I'm one of those people that like all the old things. I liked my old machines. Now, I'm good without the quarters because that got your hands all black and you'd have to cup like with your buckets. But the nostalgia of it is awesome. I actually have a little slot machine in my house. It doesn't work anymore. I should probably sell it. But if you guys are interested in a slot machine, let me know. But yeah, I can't get into these new ones. It's too much. And there's like too many lines. Did you know you're paying 20 lines if you want to get like the progressive, which is really what you're going for, right? I don't know. I just think you're getting ripped off. And back in the day, it was like 75 cents. And it was so much more fun. I don't know. And Vegas was so much more fun. Vegas is not what it used to be. And if you know, you know. It was just, I don't know. It was fun. Now it's just too big. And I hear it's going downhill. Is this true? And people don't like to gamble anymore. And a lot of the millennials and the younger kids and generations are just not into drinking and gambling. So it's losing money. Is this true? And I hear a lot of stars have moved to Vegas, but now they're actually moving out of Vegas. I don't know. Let me know about that too. So those are my messy stories. I am going to be reading some other messy stories from my viewers. Thank you, my viewers and my listeners. I have two because I have YouTube. So let me let you guys know. You can check me out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can get an RSS on My Messy Life, Heather P. Okay, you can either Google me. You can Google me now, you guys. Google. You can Google me. Okay, I know I'm a dork, but I'm thrilled. I'm so thrilled. Thank you. And it's because of you. Thank you. And then if you want to see my YouTube videos where you actually see me talking and being stupid and silly and funny, you can go to YouTube, My Messy Life Podcast. Yes, I had to do podcasts because it wouldn't let me do My Messy Life. So it is what it is. But share your stories, you guys. And if you want to come on here and have a chat with me, do. It would be awesome. I would love to have you guys. Now, remember, I did my Utah thing July 24th in Salt Lake City, Utah. So if you guys have ever wanted to visit, that would be a great time. If you guys are coming to ski, our winters have sucked, but good luck to you. That's all I can say. We'll just see what happens with this winter. You never know. This summer has been nuts. It was like 90 degrees, 70 degrees, 80 degrees, 60 degrees, 100 degrees yesterday, 100 degrees the day before, and now today's like 70 and raining. Utah is all over the place. It's bipolar, and that's okay. But just know that. And if you don't like the weather, give it 10 minutes or go like 10 minutes south or west or north or east. You'll get something different. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Utah, folks. And there was a question I said I would answer it on my podcast. I'm going to answer it. I cannot forget. I've had some really great questions, not really stories, but questions. So I am going to get to those. So here we go. This is my last thing. My questions. I need a drink, you guys. My beans and brews. It's where it's at. You swiggers can have your swig and your twists. Too much sugar. Jeez, too much sugar. After that, I need like water. I'm like, water. Anyway, my questions. Okay. Now, I do not. This was my question. Do I know the any of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? No, I don't know them. Do I know of them? Yes, I do know of Angie. It is Small Lake City, you guys. So yes, I do know of her. I actually know some of her family members. That's about as far as I'm going to go with that. So yes, I am aware of her family members. I've never met her personally, so no, I do not know her personally. She seems very kind. She's gorgeous. Her hair is beautiful too, by the way. Can we just say that? Gorgeous. I do know where her home is. Well, where her home used to be. It's up in the Avs. It's gorgeous. It's on like the main road to get up there. It's beautiful, beautiful views. So yes, that I do know. I don't know really any of the other ones. So there's that. You got to remember, a lot of these people growing up, if you lived in like Salt Lake City area, I might have heard of you or known you, or you might have heard of me or known me. Um, yeah, it is Small Lake City. Again, like if you've been in Provo and Orem and you grew up there, you're most likely going to know somebody there or their family or a cousin of a cousin. Okay. That's usually how that goes. So yes, I do know one of them. Um, do I know any of the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? No. That is 45 minutes that way. And I don't live 45 minutes that way. I'm in Salt Lake. Um, Also, I don't run in the same circles. So I don't see how I would ever see any of them. Plus, I'm way older than them. I mean, if I knew anyone, it would probably be their parents. And no, I don't know them. So I do think that whole thing is just, it's definitely Utah. I will say that. Yes. I will say that. It is, Utah's a lot messier than we like to say. That's why I'm on my messy life. Utah likes to put on a mask of we're good, we're perfect, we're look at us, look at us. And behind the scenes, whew, it's a lot. It is a lot. And it's just how it is here. It is. So, no, I don't know them. But yes, I will say that that show is definitely a Utah show. And I have to say, for everything included, and coming from, how do I word this correctly? Coming from a past where I have been in emotionally and physically abusive family, it's hard. And I have been addicted to people. And I have had that turmoil and that I've had it. And if you haven't experienced it, you will never understand it until you do. And it's so easy to judge. It really is. But you have to remember what I always say, you guys. People will be people. And people are diabolical. And sometimes you think people are a certain way, and they're not. And people are manipulative, and people are nice and mean and secretive. And don't forget that. Okay? And there's always your side, my side, and the truth. And you got to remember, though, too, with that being said, your truth is your truth and my truth is my truth. You know what I mean? So in a story such as what's going on over there, that is her truth. And I don't know about him, but that's his truth. I think some of it is a little embellished on other parts. But yes, I have been in similar circumstances. I have been victim, I have been non-victim, I have been witness, I have many different times in many different situations. Many different situations. And I can say, as looking at it from different aspects at different areas in my life, I can say that this is not only one person. I can say that patterns show. And I can say that mental health is important and should be protected and should be looked at. Like, you are really working on your mental health. Good for you. Like, good for you. And I have to say, I have seen, and I don't like to talk about this too much because I don't know the people. I only hear tidbits, and that's not much. That's probably like 3% of what's going on over there. Okay. You only hear what they want you to. Don't forget that. You only hear what these people want you to know. Okay. That's how this works. So I would say with that, I'm really thankful for TikTok and everything's platforms for the ADHD and for platforms of Me Too and for all genders, for everybody. I think social media can be so amazing to make people feel like they're not alone. Because I got to tell you, for so many years with my ADHD, and people have been like, oh, you're just weird, or you're just aggressive, or you're just mean. It's a lot. And to know that there's other people out there that understand, it's so helpful. Now, when somebody's in the public eye and they're going through this, I can only imagine, because I am not in the public eye, but I can only imagine you're only getting like 3% of what's really happening, and you're only hearing what they want you to know. So you can't really judge and go off of that. And you shouldn't be judging but we're human and we're going to, and we're hypocrites. So whatever. It's a lot. So the only thing I can say that's great out of this is that somebody is showing the light on mental health and how important mental health is and how important it is. And it should not be looked at as being ashamed and seeking help in a treatment center. It should never, ever, you should never be ashamed for that. And that is one other thing that got me. I did hear recently that she did get crap because they thought it was for substance. You guys put her in a box. You guys judged. We all have our issues. And, you're pointing one finger, all these other fingers are coming back at you. And be careful what you're judging, because karma's got a very strange way of coming back, and it might not be instant. And you might be battling what you are accusing of. Does that make sense? So one day, and I've had this happen to me in different circumstances where I judged somebody. And 10 years later, I am living what I judged. How's that for you? And that's going to happen. And that's why I'm like, never say never. Be careful what you do. Be careful what you judge. But for her to shine a light and saying, you know what? You don't even know what happened, and you're judging me, and you're putting me in a box. And mental health is important. And just because I'm seeking help doesn't mean I'm seeking help from a substance. And let me remind people, just a drug can be anything. An addiction can be anything. You can be addiction to caffeine, addiction to chocolate, addiction to overeating, okay? Addiction to throwing up. Don't forget these, you guys. The addictions go beyond drugs. Addictions, people you can be addicted to. I've been addicted to people. I know people that have been addicted to people. I know people who never understood that. Never. And until they got older. I knew somebody who got addicted to somebody in their late 30s. And they were like, this blew my mind. I would have never thought in a million years I would have done that or spoken like that, or like the fact that like that was a totally different person. Yeah. Welcome to reality. It's a good way to experience what love really is, because that's not love. I don't even know if it's lust. I don't know what you call it, except it's addiction to a person. And is it coming from you inside? Yeah. From an unhealed wound? You betcha. And you're going to keep getting addicted to people until you heal that wound. And until you find out what it is. That's a hard one. And that's a lifelong struggle. It really is. You can get addicted to friends, family, partners. And to seek help should never, ever be judged, criticized. No. And if you are, look inside yourself. That's telling you something. What is it telling you? What problems are you hiding? Just saying. Open it up. Look in the mirror. Okay? Because it's there. All right, you guys have taken so much of your time, but I wanted to get to those questions. I do have more questions to answer, and I'm going to be answering them, but I took up so much time. I might actually have to redo this because my sweet next door neighbor is doing my lawn today, and I opened the windows because it's like 70 degrees outside. Why not, right? It's beautiful. And I think you guys can hear him. I don't know if you can hear me. Let's hope so. But anyway, you guys, thank you for joining me, listening, watching, laughing, I hope. and sharing your messy stories with me. Remember, you guys, perfection's so boring. Overrated. No. Messy. Stay messy. That's how you learn. Acknowledge. Be messy. And share your messy stories with me, Heather P. All right, you guys, until next time, stay messy.